Hi, I'm Sally Gates, and today we're going to be looking at how to use this guitar chords cheat sheet. So getting started with guitar is all about learning chords. And the good news is you only need to learn about 4 or 5 to unlock hundreds of songs. So let's jump right in and look at how to use these diagrams. So you can find this cheat sheet on Amazon by searching iVideosongs guitar chords cheat sheet. Okay, so if we take a look at these diagrams, you'll see a little grid. So the horizontal lines will designate the frets on your guitar. The vertical lines are going to be your strings. You'll notice at the top of these boxes, there also might be an X or an O. So an X means that we don't play that string, and an O means we'll play it as an open string, like so. So to take the first example, which is A major, we would put our first 3 fingers on the 2nd fret. We're not going to play the first string, as is an X. We'll play the A string open, and it's going to sound like this. Okay, so if we look down the chart a little bit, another example would be C major. So we're going to use, again, the first 3 fingers, fretted like that. Again, we're not playing the E string, as is an X, and the G and the B are going to be open, so it will sound like this. So once you have that down, try moving between the 2 chords like this. And keep moving in mind because later on we're going to look at movable chords. Okay, so now another thing you're going to encounter is called a barre chord. So if you look at the line for B, you'll see little arches over top of the boxes. So that means it's going to be a barre chord. And what that is having one finger barred across the guitar playing multiple strings like this. So for our B, we would have the barre on the 2nd fret, and then you can use your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fingers to fret the rest of the notes. And another way to do this is by using what's called a mini barre. So that would be taking your 3rd finger, making a little mini barre across those same notes, and having your 1st finger on the 2nd fret. Okay. So this is making it sound easy, but one of the hardest things that new guitarists struggle with is moving between chords. So if you break this down into little bite-sized chunks and just practice moving between 2 or 3 chords at a time, you'll start to build up that muscle memory, and it's going to get a lot easier. So if we read across the top line for A, you're going to see a few chord names that might be new to you. So these might sound a little complicated at first, but a lot of them we're only changing or altering one note at a time. So for A, we have, reading across the page, we have A major, A minor, A major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, sus 4, and add 9. So as you listen to those, you'll hear that even though we're still in the key of A, there are different tonal flavors coming into these by using the chord alterations. Okay, so let's look at another example with E major. So major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, sus 4, and add 9. So you can hear the variety this is giving to the chords. And this is something when you look at a chord chart for a song, if you encounter these, you can use the cheat sheet to figure out what it is very quickly. Let's look at the back side of the chart. So this is all about movable chords, which means we can take a pattern, move it around the neck, and we're going to change the key of that chord. So instead of moving our fingers, we can just move the pattern and we'll get a new sound. So if you're playing with a singer and they want to change the key, you can use this as a reference to figure out where those new chords are going to be. So if we look at, for example, C major, with the root on the D string, it's going to be at the 10th fret. And you'll see right next to it, there's another way that we can form the same chord. So now, if I wanted to move this chord around to get a different key, all we need to do is keep the same shape, but find that note going down the fretboard. For example, C major, B major, A major, G, and F. So right away, you've just learned 5 new chords with one shape. So to give you another example, if we were to look at a chord with the root on the E string, so we look at the bottom box where you get the root on the 6th or the E string. Just say we wanted to find C minor. We find the C, which is at the 8th fret, and we form the minor shape. So now we can move this chord around as well to get different keys. So B minor, A minor, G minor, F minor. So then that's another 5 chords that you know now. So you'll also notice that there are, again, some chords with extensions or alterations, such as a sus4, a 9, a major 13, etc. So these are kind of jazzier chords that you might encounter in different songs, maybe in the bridge where they want to change things up a bit. So if you follow these diagrams, you'll be able to form them easily. For example, if we look at a 13 chord, we want to find that in a G. We can look at the bottom box where the root is on the 6th string. So our G is going to be on the 3rd fret. And we would form the rest of the chord like so. So listen to how different that sounds from a regular open G. Okay, so to further illustrate this, let's look at a chord progression. So if we were to do D, G, C with open chords, it's going to give us quite a different sound to using these jazzier ones. So with open chords, it will sound like this. So now listen to the difference by using these altered chords. So you have D minor 7, G13, C major 7. So that's something fun you can play around with to add some variety to your songs. Okay, so to sum this up, you've learned how to read these chord diagrams. We've looked at open chords, bar chords, movable chords, and we've looked at different types of chords like minor 7, major 7, 13s, etc. So it's going to give you a lot of different tonal flavors that you can play around with. So once you get the hang of this, be sure to check out iVideosongs for more lessons on triads and scales. Thanks very much.